The act of gift giving is a selfless and sacrificial way to demonstrate love for those you care about. Presents and gifts have been demonstrated throughout human history across different cultures, families, and interpersonal relationships. A well-intended, thoughtful gift can leave a timeless impact on the heart of your loved one. It can immortalize a memory or an emotion that will forever remind them of your love for them. This is a great way to improve your relationship. But what happens when you go out of your way to give a gift to a woman only for her to reject you, to show a lack of gratitude? Or what if she's demanding and expects gifts of you but doesn't reciprocate at all? If this is something that has happened to you in the past, currently, or it is a worry for the future, then you've come to the right place. In this video, I am going to give you the ultimate guide for giving and buying gifts to a woman. So let's start with the basic. A gift and a present only has meaning if you value the person giving it to you. If you are a stranger or you have just met a woman and you go out of your way to use extravagant gifts and spoil her, it's only going to scare away a woman with morals. Why is this the case? Because intelligent women know that the only sort of man who is going to go up to a woman that he has just met, there's no emotional attachment, and buy her gifts, send her money, spoil her, yet there's no connection, is a man who is either lustful or insecure. And when a man uses a gift, which is obviously a selfless thing, in this context, his intention isn't pure. You see, that sort of man isn't giving the woman a gift on a first date or when he approaches the girl because it's a gift from his heart. He wants to make her happy. He's giving her a gift because he wants to take from her. It is a bribe. And women know that when they've just met a guy and he's going above and beyond to buy her a present and spoil her, this is a man who is either bribing her for sex or bribing her into a relationship because he feels that he is not man enough as is, and therefore he is compensating for what he can do and give to her instead of who he is. When a woman sees that and she has values, she's going to turn the other way, politely decline your gift, or accept it and then throw it away when you're not looking, and you will never hear from her again. Because she knows there's something off with that man. Because if a man is truly confident and he's righteous and he has masculine attributes, then he's going to show up to the first few dates with the intention to get to know her for her. Likewise, if she's a genuine woman, she wants to get to know you for you. She doesn't want a gift from you. She wants your presence as a man. She wants to feel that you're calm and collected, that you care about knowing who she is, that you are honorable, that you are a leader, that you're a man who has drive, that you have charisma and charm, that you can make her laugh and have fun. That's what she wants to feel when she's with you. Especially at the beginning, she wants to figure out what sort of man you are. She doesn't want a gift from you. It doesn't mean anything because there's no emotional attachment. So the only woman that would accept a gift from you when you've just started talking or demand and expect that from you is a gold digger, is a woman who is selfish and immoral. Because that woman wants something from you. She doesn't want to get to know you. So you want to be very, very careful of that. And a lot of guys have seen it romanticized in a modern Western culture and Disney movies that is the way to a woman's heart. And it's simply not true. The way to a woman's heart is by building trust, by building respect, by letting her feelings slowly grow for you and come to you. All you have to do is consistently court a woman, romance her by spending one-on-one quality time and opening her up emotionally. That's all there is to it. And time fills in the rest. And this is what you need to understand. Trying to win over a woman with your materialism instead of with your character, you're always going to attract the wrong sort of woman. Furthermore, it only becomes appropriate to give a woman a gift when you are committed to her. Why? Because once she has formed an emotional attachment, she has developed a level of certainty and trust and connection with you. She's looked at the pattern in your behavior. She sees that you're an honorable man. She sees that you care about her. She has grown to feel the same way about you. Now it's when a gift giving makes sense. So once you have become serious, your boyfriend and girlfriend, at least to that degree, or you yearn to commit and move closer together, now it's okay to give her a gift. However, you don't want to go overboard. See, you don't want to make the mistake of, giving her flowers every day, because that's simply too much and it will lose its value. But you also don't want to be a cold fish and pretend you don't care and never give her any gifts at all. There has to be a happy balance. So the key here is variety and looking at her interest level. This is where most men go wrong. They're only focused on themselves. You got to look at her feelings. How are her emotions towards you? Is she texting you? Is she calling you? Is she prioritizing you? Is she giving you things? Or is it one-sided? So once she's built an emotional attachment with you, now it's okay to use the element of surprise with gift giving. I personally do this in my relationship. So whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, those are special dates, okay? But other than that, you can surprise her from time to time. I like to do it every month and a half, 2 months, between that range. I'll surprise her with something little. I'll surprise her with a bouquet of flowers, or I'll make a little love note and I'll put it in her handbag. When she comes out with me and we go for a date, I'll pull it out of my jacket pocket and give it to her. There's different ways to go about it. I'll get her something handmade, or if there's something she wanted to buy that's modest enough and cheap, it's nothing super expensive, I'll treat her to something like that. And the key here is when you do those things, how does your woman respond? Is she appreciative? Does she smile? Does she give you a hug and a kiss? Is she grateful? There you go. It's a gift from your heart. It's for her. But then you want to see in the long run, does she reciprocate? Is she buying you things as well? Does she treat you? Does she spoil you? Because if you're dating a taker, they're just going to take. So with my woman, she will do the same. She will reciprocate. She'll treat me. She'll be buying me little things here and there. She'll also give me a love note, things like that. And it's lovely and it's mutual. You're both pouring love into the relationship. And she's actually gotten me some wonderful gifts that are always going to stick with me, So again, these are the things that you want to look for when you go to start giving gifts in your relationship. The next point I want to make is this. You do not give a woman gifts if you are having problems in your relationship. What do I mean by that? If you are both going through a rough patch where you are arguing, learning to communicate, and your needs aren't met, let's say you stop dating your woman, you stop courting her, you got lazy and complacent, and she's complaining that you're not dating her, you're not romancing her. What she's saying is she wants to feel connected to you. She wants your presence. She wants to be able to trust in your leadership as a man. And when you stop doing those things, what most guys do is they think, oh, she just wants me to make more of an effort. So what they do is they'll start buying the woman flowers. They'll start sending her chocolates and taking her on a nice trip and buying her little things to try and make her happy. But what they fail to understand is if you are both, at least if her needs aren't met and you're not courting her properly, in that context, those gifts will not mean anything. Because to her, it's going to come across as a bribe for sex. You're doing it because you want her to be connected to you again. Or you're just doing that because you're clueless and you think it's going to magically raise her interest. You never, ever stop courting and dating your woman. What you do to get her to fall in love in the beginning is what you do to keep her in love. Always romance her, always date her, spend one-on-one quality time, seduce your woman, be passionate with her, cherish her, give her your for undivided attention and your presence. That's what she craves. And you can't replace that with a material gift. The material gift only matters to her once she's already open and vulnerable emotionally. Once she feels connected to you and you're courting her and you're doing everything right, now when you give her a gift, it's the cherry on top. Now it's special. But if you're not romancing her, you're not dating her anymore, but you're throwing her flowers here and there, and you're treating her like crap, you're arguing with her, you're fighting with her, then those flowers aren't going to mean anything because your words and actions don't match. Do you see where I'm going with that? So your intention has to be pure. If you've pissed off your girlfriend because you're acting like a child, you're not being a man in the relationship, suddenly showing up to apologize with flowers, it's not going to change anything. She wants you to sit down and open her up emotionally. She wants to feel your strength and your confidence as a man. And she knows that when you go up and give her those flowers or you buy her something after an argument, you're just clueless. And she's going to lose even more emotional attraction and respect for you. So in those contexts, if things aren't going well in your relationship, that is not a time to start giving gifts. That's the time to give the gift of your presence and really sit down with your woman. Hey, baby, what's going on? Talk to me. You seem a bit disconnected recently. And you keep talking, you keep asking questions, you keep repeating bits back of what she's saying until you get her to open up and cry and let her feelings out. And she brings out her unmet needs. And then you pinpoint it until she feels better. You start romancing her again. Then, once her emotional attraction rises, then over time you can sprinkle a surprise here and there with a physical gift. That's different. But you need to get her to that place to begin with. So do not make that mistake of thinking once you've got your girlfriend or your wife, you can sit back, relax, get fat, sit on the couch and watch football and not date her anymore, ignore her, neglect her, not give her any love, not compliment or praise her, and then expect that you remembering to give her flowers once every 6 months is going to make your relationship better. It won't. It only works as a cherry on top if her emotional attraction is already high from you courting her properly and you being a man. Okay? The next thing to bring up is this. If you are with an immoral woman, a girl who has settled for you, a girl who is not appreciating you, and you've removed the situation of the fighting and arguing, right? You're doing everything right as a man. And you notice that she's demanding money from you. She's demanding expensive things. If you buy her anything cheap, she neglects it. She's not happy with what you give her. She always wants more and more and more. When something goes wrong or she's not happy, she will use her sex appeal to try and get you to buy her something. That is when you're dealing with a gold digger. Okay, you need to be very mindful of that because good women do not use their sex appeal to get a favor from you. Because when a woman loves and respects you, all she really wants is your presence. And especially if you make the extra effort to buy her some flowers or surprise her with something handmade or handcrafted or a picture of the both of you or a nice little necklace or something of the sort, then it means so much more because she knows you love her, because you're not just telling her, you're showing her with your actions. So when you give her that gift, it leaves a stronger impact on her emotions. Then it's good. But if you have a gold digger in your life, a woman that doesn't really give a damn about you, anything you buy her, whether it's small, whether it's expensive, she's just going to want more and more from you. Because if she settles for you, she will demand a transactional relationship where she extracts and takes because she doesn't love you. And women like that are to be avoided. So if that's the woman in your life and you spot those red flags where she's selfish, superficial, she's a gold digger, she's out for herself, no amount of gift giving or even courting her will make a difference. In that instance, you want to walk away. But regarding everything else that I've stated, if you do have a good woman in your life, the gift giving that you use in moderation, in variety, is only going to leave an impact if you are already courting her and treating her right. Okay, it is the cherry on top. And there are so many fun ways you can go about surprising her. You can surprise her to a couple's spa. You can surprise her on a nice date night. You just simply don't tell her the location. You tell her, put something sexy on and I'll see you at 8 p.m. And you handle it as a man. Once you're treating her right, then you can surprise her with a nice trip. And obviously, you have to make sure she's treating you right as well. You reward good behavior. Remember, femininity grows through praise and affection. If you do have a good woman in your life and she's treating you well, you can show your love. And obviously gift giving can be a great way to do it. Just do not make the mistake of going overboard and being hyper obsessive, thinking you need to give her flowers every 2 days. It's still too much. Because if she does love and respect you, she thinks you're handsome, you're compatible, then your loyalty means a lot to her. Your presence means a lot to her. You spending one-on-one quality time with her. You setting up a romantic dinner date together. Just your presence, having your full attention, that's really what she craves. She wants to be penetrated with your love. But yes, gift giving is important as a cherry on top. When you're doing everything right and she's treating you well, you give her some praise. In gift giving, it's a great way to demonstrate that. Just remember, variety and moderation. Okay? And if time goes by and let's say your woman, she stops reciprocating, she stops giving you gifts, she stops treating you well, that doesn't mean you start giving her gifts to try and fix the situation. That's when you sit down with her. You assess what's lacking, what need is unmet, what's holding her back, what's going on. And you have to be always aware of these things in a relationship. Always be gauging her actions and her words. Are they matching up? How is she feeling? What's going on? If your job is to lead, protect, and provide, protecting isn't just about physical. It's about the emotional and the spiritual. How is her walk with Christ? How is everything else going in regards to you? Is she having any other issues, a health problem perhaps? Your job is to protect her and lead her on the narrow path and put her right. Okay? So you want to be able to, you have to pinpoint these things as a man. Gift giving is an amazing act of love that you can implement to your relationship, but you have to do it right. If things are going bad, throwing flowers at her isn't going to fix it. It's your attitude, right? If maybe she has a knowledge gap and she's not treating you right, or she's having a bad moment, you don't reward bad behavior with gifts. You call her out on that with love and kindness, and then you forgive her and you give her time to correct her attitude. Then over time, you can go back to the gift giving. So it's being mindful of all these different situations that can arise, the different ebb and flow of a woman's emotions. You cannot let that throw you off balance. But the key is gifts, material presents are only there for a girlfriend or a wife. Okay, a woman you are committed to that is treating you well. Then, and only then, can you make the effort of adding in a gift from time to time. And you will see how much it means to your woman. And obviously make certain that she does the same for you. So with that said, hope you've all enjoyed the video. Feel free to send this to someone who can find value in it. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about what I teach, check out my course, my free community, or my book. All the links are down below in the description. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next one. God bless all of you and your families.